Hey guys, good morning. Um, Happy Sunday. How's your weekend going? I'm going to do some tactics. First things first, I'm gonna fix the layout. Give me a second. Good morning, John John. How you doing? I need to cut this somehow. Wait, morning? Well, 7 and 7. Okay, it's 2 p.m., right? E4, good point. Um, yeah, it's 2 p.m., right? It's good morning for me. Anyway. Crop. Yeah, A4 is the answer for sure in this puzzle. Just a minute. I'm working on it. Oh, I should go. Oh, I'm cropping the wrong layout. I need to go first to Puzzle Rush. Pepe has no idea what the time is. It's not 2 p.m. It's not 1:50. Is it not 1:50? No, I have no idea. Let's ask Nightbot. Yeah, it's 1:50. You trolling me. Top here, left here, right there, bottom there. Now I do this. I move my webcam unintentionally. Okay, I think I'm ready. Yeah, it is. You just didn't seem confident at all because I was doing maths in my head to get the proper time. And last night the time changed to summertime, so I'm not entirely confident. Okay, let's go. Rawr. Let's start with the puzzle rush or trash. Fito, you wanna help? Okay. Okay, let's start. I just woke up a while ago. I woke up, went for a walk with Fito, and now I'm taking my first coffee in the morning, so I might be a little bit asleep. For some reason, I do better in Puzzle Rush on my laptop than my PC. What? How's that? I don't know. That's why a second bullet my screen is to be. Oh, the screen. The size of the screen. That makes some sense. Yeah, it happened to me in the past that I played much better with, but over the board, I mean. Over the board, I played much better with a mini board that I had than in bigger tournament boards. That was really a problem for me. Because then in tournaments, I would just get up from the chair and look to the board from afar. But I guess that improved with the time. But yeah, I had that issue. Like I pictured the position better if the position is if the board is small. Can I do this? Or yeah. Check. Wait, what am I thinking? Strange. Oh my goodness. I'm so slow today. What's wrong with this? What are you thinking? Yeah. Your record is 23? It's cool. I guess this, no. Take, is that a draw? I can take 2 rooks, but I'm sure taking the knight was better. Okay, check there, check there, check, and then check there. No. What if I just do check, and take this rook, and then this bishop? Yeah. Push wins. Take here seems really interesting. And then I take the bishop on g4. I feel like I have to trade first, but I'm not sure the continuation. Queen d3, queen d6. Ah, that's the fork. No. What? Okay. Focus, Pepe. 11 seconds. Ooh. Let's fail. Let's fail. Rook takes f2. Oh, rook takes f2 worked here because there's, if he takes the queen, there's checkmate. Okay, 28. Not the worst. Let's go to the tactics now. Oh, 1 second. Okay. Puzzles start. Oh, it's the same layout? Finally? They have finally the same layout as in Puzzle Rush? Maybe I don't have to change anything now to do the puzzles? Yeah. Let's see. Start. Perfect. Perfect. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. 1 second. I have a message here. Okay. Okay. 1 second. I'm trying to adjust my windows because Streamlabs. I thought I had Streamlabs open, but nope. There are no recent events. Okay, now it's okay. So, ooh, I like this kind of problems. 91. Why knight c1? We're white, so we're about to promote, right? So the question is why don't we promote? Ah, because he's gonna promote too. I thought, okay, I promote, he takes my knight, I play queen b3 check, and I take the knight. But he's gonna promote too. So knight f2 would make probably much more sense than knight c1. Knight f2, the only way for black would be to take the knight. Then I promote, he promotes, I play queen b2 check, and after king g1 is not forced, that's the problem. If king g1 was forced, then king g3 would be winning. But king f1 he can try. And then queen c1 check. Ah, queen c1 check, king g2 only move. Yeah, I thought queen d2, but queen d2 check, he has king f1. Well, the knight is annoyingly controlling c2. After queen d2 check, king h3. Oh, queen e3 check. And he can't go up because of checkmate, so he has to go king g2 or king h2. I have again, he has to go king g2 only move, then king g3 check, king f1. Maybe queen g3 check wasn't good. Now after king g2 I might go queen e2 check. Yeah, and if king g1 king g3 wins, and if king h3 queen h5 check, king g2, we're walking in circles there. So after king h3, queen e2, king h3. Ah, queen g4 and queen g3 is checkmate. Okay, I think that's it. I think it's knight f2. I don't think I can draw arrows on chess.com, but let me try. Yes, I can. Oh, chess.com finally copying Lichess in these good things. So the idea is knight f2 takes, promote, promote. So black queen is here, white queen is here. I thought you always could do that. No, when not in puzzles, not until now. They changed now this puzzles thing. You couldn't do those unless you were in analysis mode. Okay, so check. The knight is unimportant. He might sacrifice it at some point, but it's transposing. So let's forget about the knight. Check, check. And the thing is, if we're checking here, his queen is here. Whenever he goes to g1 with the king, we go to g3, and that's winning. So he should try to stop that by going check, check here, check, and he can run to h3, but then queen e3 check wins, because if he goes up there's check and checkmate, and with my queen here and his king here and queen here, he has to go back here, not here because queen g3 is checkmate, but here. Therefore I play queen e2 check, and again if he goes down there's king g3, and if he goes up there's queen g4 check, queen g3 mate. So let's put it on the board. Knight f2 first, promote, check, check, check. This is the line I didn't consider, but I do check, 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 and mate, right? I think. Check, check, and king g3. Okay, the puzzle rating was 2464. Okay, well, might make sense. Can I go to analysis mode here? Let me see. It opens a new window. Will it have the same layout or not? Let's see. I hope it does. No, it doesn't. But you can still see the board, so I'm not gonna change. Let's pause here. So king e2 was played, there, there. Uninstall Mac, yeah. Okay, if he goes here, this is winning. This is a well-known pattern. When you have queen in the 7th, king here, and queen here, it's useless, this queen here. We're threatening all sorts of checkmates. Even queen g2 if this queen goes like far away, and this queen has no checks, so this is winning. And because of that, he has to go here. Check, and he tried king g2, check, and he tried king f1 here. King f1 is more or less easy, I think, because we did this, and this, and this. Here, if he goes here, there's check and mate. If he goes back here, there's this check, and we'll transpose to that with this check. And again, here king g3, and here queen g4 and queen g3 mate. And if he tries to run up, there's check and mate. And there's no other way to escape for black. He can try king h3, I don't know. No, this is the first occasion he has for king h3. Okay, cool. Let's go to the next puzzle. Well, queen f6 and knight takes e6 seems really strong. Queen h8 is also interesting. Queen g5 also interesting. But queen f6, let's go for the fourth line first. Queen f6 check, king e8. Knight takes e6, threatening queen f8 mate. Threatening all sorts of ideas. Knight g7. How can he defend? If he goes queen f7, there's queen d8 mate. So queen e7. Yeah, queen e7 is good. Knight e7 check doesn't work. Queen h8, do you think? Queen h8 is interesting because after knight g6, queen f6, there are some mating ideas too, but not immediate, I think. There's the option of queen g7 too. Queen g7 because if he can't go back to, with our queen on g8, he can't go back to e7. So queen g7 check, king d8, because king e8 immediately loses to queen g8, knight g6. So queen d7 check, king d8 only move. Then I'm not sure. Queen g8 or queen f8. We're rook down, so we better checkmate him and not let him run. And the knight is annoying. He defends d6 and e7. So I don't think we should let him run. Oh wait, queen g5. Queen g5 check. If king e8, we have checkmate in 2. Okay, okay. Queen g5 check. Knight e5. What? Queen f6, queen h8, and go for the perpetual. The problem is there's no perpetual, because after queen h8 there's king f7, rar, and then queen f6, king g8. I'm not sure if there's a perpetual in that line. But queen g5 seems good. Unless king f8 or king f7 works, which they probably do. Let's start with king f7. Queen g5, king f7. Queen g6 check. Maybe it's not so simple. You know what would be funny? What would be funny would be queen f6, king e8 of course, queen h8 check, and okay, if king f7 there's queen h7, I guess, winning. So king e7 forced, and then what would be funny is queen g8 in that moment. Well, queen f6, queen h8 seems really forced. So that's the first line I should calculate. But yeah, after queen e7, queen g8 would be funny. Queen g8. Because he's forced to move the queen. Only move. Move the queen somewhere. And move the queen somewhere that doesn't lose the queen. That's the that's the task. So queen c6 or queen c7. After queen c6, after queen c7, there's queen g7 winning the queen and probably checkmating. So queen c6 only move. And then, so I'm thinking, now that I can draw arrows, check and check. And the king remains in the same place because king here leads to checkmate. And then queen g8. And I think queen c6 is the only move. I mean, queen b7 loses the queen. Queen c7 allows checkmate. Queen a7 probably allows checkmate too. Or not. Okay, queen a7 or queen c6 are the two moves. My queen is here. And let's see, against queen c6, I have knight g6, king d7, queen f7. He can't really block on e7, probably. Maybe he can. Maybe he can. Not so easy. Not so easy. If I can force his king to e8, not d8, with my queen having access to g8, that would be awesome. Yeah, that was the first idea, John. The first idea I thought was knight takes e6 after king e8. The problem is he has defenses, like for example queen e7. I'm not sure if that's not the only one. Hey Clash Kid, good morning. Okay, queen f6, queen h8, queen g8 is my working line right now. Maybe there's something better than that. No queen e7. What? Oh yeah, Clash Kid. Knight g6 and queen h. I missed queen h7. Of course, Clash Kid, you're totally right. Yeah, I missed. I didn't really calculate after king f7. Yeah, of course, the line achieves what we wanted. We wanted queen g8 with check here. In this case, checkmate also. Thanks for spoiling it for me. No, really, thank you. Do I get points for trying? No, you don't. Oh, shoot. I'm so blind. Did I point out that king f7 doesn't work? Oh, I'm so blind. Why didn't I calculate? It's the first line to calculate. Poof. Okay, next. Let's see. Good news is black doesn't have any interesting checks besides queen e4, trading queens, which is probably not good for black anyway. So we have a pawn that we might want to promote. So for example, if we play c7, how is black going to stop the promotion? Maybe with rook d2 followed by queen e4. Okay, so John Jones' idea is not is not bad. Rook b6 or rook b8 are interesting. So c7, rook d2 check. Just by blah blah blah. Thanks for the follow. c7, rook d2 check. I'm forced to take. Then queen e4 check. Then I move the king. Then he takes the rook. And the line still doesn't finish. Does it? Maybe it does. Let's say we escape. After queen e4 check, we do king h2. Then he takes the rook and I play queen d8. Or queen d7. Doesn't really matter. Queen b2 check, king h3. Oh, he has this trick. Queen c1. I don't know if that's perpetual, but he's threatening queen h1 mate. So I better do something instead of promoting. Queen c1 or queen b1. And we might have a lot of checks, but as long as his king is protecting g5. And I think he can always dance around there. I'm not going to be able to escape from that, which is a beautiful resource by black. So rook b8 seems slow, but it could be rook b6 also. Rook b2 also, if I was playing a real game. So what's black's threat? Like if I go rook b2, is f4 the threat? Probably. Interesting. I'm still going to calculate a little bit more the line with c7 because it's the most forced one, I think. Maybe c7 there's f4 anyway, not just rook d2. Whew. This is tricky. Is rook b8 slow? He has to move his queen or king, right? Yeah. Why not queen d6 check after queen takes b7? Yeah, but then... Okay, that's a good point. King h5 is forced then. No, I don't queen with check, Clash Kid, I think. Yeah, taking on e5 is what I was trying to calculate. It seems winning for white, doesn't it? With queen takes e5 we also prevent queen b2 check, if our king is on h2. So it does seem like a winning line. So after c7 rook d2 check, we're probably winning with that. And after c7 f4 is the only line we need to consider. No idea what line are you calculating. Okay, let me draw arrows now that I can. So c7, going for the promotion, and we were calculating the line with rook d2 check. I have to take queen e4 check. Hey Sakuho, hey Perpetual. King h2, queen takes b7, and then we're calculating queen check and d6, king h5, queen takes e5, protecting b2 and attacking f5 and everything. That should be winning. Now after c7 there's also this f4 idea. And I'm scared of going queen e4 check and take the rook because he has queen takes g3 then. But maybe queen takes g3 is not a problem. After all, our queen defends important squares. So maybe just queen e4 check. Let's say king f6. We take the rook, and then after queen takes g3 we go... Maybe, depending on... Okay, king f6. Maybe both king h1, king f1, both seem okay. After f4 black covers c8. Yeah, that's why I was concerned about the move. But if we take the rook, I guess it's good for us. So I'm gonna go with c7. I think there's no other ideas for black to defend. Like if black does nothing, we promote, and black cannot go... Oh wait, yeah, there's another idea. No, there's not. I thought black could go rook c5 and go for a perpetual, but we have the queen in time to return. I'm not sure if queen f2 right now. Yeah, queen f2 has to be played. And then queen e4 check, queen f3. And then queen c2 check, king h3. Yeah. Okay, let's go, guys. So he goes for the f4 idea, which is probably the easiest of all the ideas we were discussing, unless I miss something. Which can be the case, because here, besides queen e4 check, I have the alternative to do a check on b6 first, which is pretty stupid because then I wouldn't have a fork. Rook b6, king f5. I promote. Wait, maybe not so stupid. Rook b6 check. Where does he go? Queen f, king g7. No, it's a stupid rook b6. So queen e4, king moves, I take the rook. He takes on g3 and I go king f1 probably. Oh, wait. Queen e4 check, king f6, queen takes rook, queen e2 check. Then king g1 only. I need to escape the perpetual there, and it's not easy. We need a regular water emote. I don't see how I escape, because after king g1 there's queen e1, and if I go to h2, which was the idea of king g1, then at least he has queen takes g3. So maybe I need to do something different. Maybe queen e4 check, and then if king f6 I go rook b6. Why not promote right away and then queen e4? That's clever. That's a clever idea. Promote the pawn to a knight. Yeah, I like promoting here. Promote to a knight and lose. Nakamura approved. Yeah, after the queen is at c8, I take his rook. Queen c2 check. I might have queen h3. Oh, he has queen f5. Queen f5. No. I thought queen c8 again, but no, queen f5. It's annoying. It's not. I have g4. And d3 is protected. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I think promoting here works. because for him it doesn't work rook d2, it doesn't work f3, so takes there. Yeah. Whoa. This was a tough one. Let me show the analysis for a second. GG, thanks, Sakuho. I love that emote. Why are we doing tactics on ladder.com? Rawr, because it's free. Yeah, because it's free. These tactics are free. Only 5 per day, but they are free. Okay, let's first show the other lines we were discussing. Besides f4, f4 was trickier than we thought. So at the beginning I thought this would be the defensive resource for black. I'm forced to take. There's no other way. Check. Takes. And yeah, it's semi-winning, but I had my doubts here. But someone pointed out this line, which is very forced. Now king h5 is the only move. If he goes to either of these squares, I check and promote. If he goes here, I check and promote. So king h5. Who made the emote? Looks fancy. Reminds me of Starbucks. I don't know who made it. I don't want to bang you. How means family, and family means what? Yeah, and here takes, and this should be good. This should be good. It's easier to solve the passes when another person points are on the line. You don't feel so much pressure. Yeah. I don't feel pressure when I do puzzles. I'm willing to take all the time required. Okay, so this line didn't work for black, and the other. Whoa, John, thanks for the beats. What was the other line again? F4? Did we think of a different line here? Rook b8. We were calculating rook b6. No, but here, didn't we consider a third line besides f4 and rook d2? Oh yeah, but it didn't work. This and this, but we block and we block. Why rook b8? Why don't rook b8 work? Okay, we can have a look at that. In general, if the critical line works, maybe rook b8 works too, but not so forced. So even if it works, Chess.com will not give it as the solution. My feeling is it doesn't work though. Let's see. What did you do, Sakuho? Why did you bang perpetual stalemate? What happened there? It's a troll account? What? Stalemate. Oh, stalemate. Okay. I see. You banned instead of timeout. I don't mind if you ban the trolls, to be honest. I don't mind. But you can unban if you feel so guilty. You can do an unban and then and then timeout. It's up to you. But again, I don't mind. Okay, Rook b8. Why does Rook b8 not work? I don't know. Maybe black is fine after, I don't know, f4 maybe. f4 again, and now we cannot promote as in the other line. And the idea is, if we check and win the rook, there's this thing that seems like a perpetual that we had in the other line. That's why we promoted instead of taking the rook. So this is of course perpetual unless we go down. King g1 though, king h1 is exactly the same because he does the check at e1, not at f1. And then queen takes g3 and queen back to e1, and that's a perpetual. Doesn't matter how we do this. This is a perpetual. And if we try to go to f1, then instead of queen g3 he goes queen e2. Rook g8 instead of queen e4. Okay, let's try that. Here rook g8 check. King f7. And now if we take the queen, he takes our queen, and c7 there's rook c5, so I'm assuming rook c4, but still black seems in time to defend. It's probably a draw. Maybe a draw. Yeah, I think it's a draw. Yeah, it seems rook b8 is one move away from working. It's a bit slow. Anyway, let's continue. We solved 3. And whoa, we finally achieved 2800 rating. I think it's my first time in 28. Oh no, it's not the first time. Yesterday I achieved 2800 and then I failed the next puzzle, so by the end of the session I never got to 2800. So let's see today if we can do today. What's the highest on Ladder.com? 40,000? 40,000 maybe. I don't know. 28. Thank you, Jan. I think, oh, this puzzle was rated 3088. This is insane. Ratings in chess.com are insane. In puzzles, I mean. Okay. Let's go for this. We're in check. That's good because we don't have a lot of options here. King g3 or king g1, because queen h4, I don't think queen h4 works. So king g3 or king g1. Both allow knight e2 check, if that's a concern. King g3 attacks the knight, so it's a bit more forcing. Butter king will be a bit more exposed. Ignore the check and go queen g7. Yeah, queen g7 and queen f8 and queen d8 are checkmate more than check. Oh, you suggesting to play drafts? I think I had a command for that. It wasn't that one. Drafts, maybe. Yeah. So we're threatening checkmates, like queen g7, queen f8, queen d8. even bishop g7 followed by queen f8. So that suggests that we should be attacking the knight, or not. The problem is knight e2 will take our bishop, but that's not a problem because we have checkmate on the back rank. So king g3. And because of the checkmate on g7, there's no time for knight c6, but there's time for queen g6 check, and if we take the knight at f4, knight c6. And because we started the puzzle a piece down, taking the knight is probably stupid. So king g1, the safest. King g1. Not allowing queen g6, because queen g6 defends g7 and helps black's defense. So king g1, then how does black stop all the threats? I don't see a way unless black goes for knight e2 check. And then that's the key move, where to put the king, f1 or f2. King f2 seems the logical. And yeah, seems winning. What happens after? So king g1, knight e2 check, king f2. Queen f5, I guess, only move. Queen f5 check, king takes knight, and we're still threatening all sorts of checkmates, and he has no checks. Oh yeah, the cover is sinking, sorry. It's making the viewers uncomfortable. I'm sorry. Okay, this is... Wow, 96. I didn't expect that. Isn't bishop takes g7? Oh, bishop takes g7, king g8. Rook e1, knight c6, I think. Oh, knight e6 was a good resource. I missed it. I have queen takes b7 here. Hello. Yeah, John, I thought bishop g7, but there's king g8, and then I don't know. Maybe rook f1. Rook f1, knight c6, bishop g7, king g8. Oh, the queen protects f7. Queen takes knight check, king g7, queen f6 check, king g8, and still not winning. Oh. Everybody's dead? What? Maybe after knight c6 I go queen takes b7. But those ideas, all those ideas are similar. There must be one that is clearly winning. We gain viewers when you fix the cover. I didn't fix it. I can try though. No pasa nada, Fito. No, the dog's job is actually the opposite. Why not queen takes b7 right away? It seems winning. It seems winning. We're gonna take the rook next move. And black has no checks. So yeah, maybe sometimes the easiest, right? Why not rook f1 right away? Well, rook f1, I guess knight c6. Yeah, queen takes b7. Might be the strongest here. I was trying to find a forced sequence. John, after rook f1, knight c6, rook f8, he takes my rook. Probably either way works. Either knight takes f8 or rook takes f8. Okay, I'm gonna take on b7, guys. Cool. Cool. 96. Good research there. So the rating of the puzzle is 2800, which is strange in a way, because first move is the obvious, and second move, queen takes b7, okay, might not be the obvious, but very close to being the easiest move. I cannot. Oh, now I can move here too. I don't need to go to analysis board. Finally, thank you, chess.com. Thank you. They finally. No, I thought I could move, but no. Okay, never mind. Let's do the final puzzle. Okay, this is gonna be the last one. Also, it's gonna be 3 p.m. here. I have to leave at 4 p.m. So yeah, after this puzzle I finish the stream because I have to cook and have lunch. Okay, we can win a pawn, rook c2. No. What about queen c4? Not being able to move pieces is not it's not a bug, it's a feature. What about queen c fork? What about queen c fork here? What's wrong with that? Rook f2 only move. Then queen d3. Exclam. But it's not so winning. Is it? Okay, queen a2 doesn't seem to work. It's okay, you don't need to leave. We're not mad about the cover. Okay, thank you. Queen b3. Queen b3 is stronger than queen c4. Except c3. Okay, queen b3, the idea is if rook f2, there's queen takes e3, rook d2, queen e1, rook d1, and that's a perpetual. So queen b3 not so strong as it seemed. How's queen b3 not winning? Well, queen b3, c3. I see two ways to defend for white. One is c3, that's the easiest. And the other is rook f2, queen takes e3 check, rook d2, and I don't see a win. Maybe there's a win, with queen g1 check, rook d1, queen g5 check, and if rook d2, e3, so king b1 after queen g5 check, that doesn't win either. It doesn't seem to me. Queen c4 and rook g6. I like that, Jean. I really like that. Yeah, queen c4 is the most forced move. It forces rook f2, so it has to be the solution. And after rook f2, rook g6, that's pretty interesting. Not sure if it leads somewhere. Let's say queen c4, rook f2, rook g6, queen takes f7, rook g1 check, king d2. This was a real game. I would go queen c4, and after rook f2 I would go f5, trying to take advantage of that rook being passively defending c2, but I guess then c3. But after c3, rook g6. e5 attacks f3 and d3. What? So queen b3, c3, rook b6. But queen b3, he has several defenses. c3 is just one of them. But again, after c3, rook b6, there's rook f2. So I don't see how to continue in that line. I don't get why queen c4, rook f2, queen d3 didn't work. Okay, I said that line. I guess d5 might be the best move by white in this position. Is there a bark request command? I don't think there is. And Fito is not a great barker anyway. Yeah, so queen c4, rook f2, queen d3. I guess d5, defending the e3 pawn, at least. And there might be other moves, because queen takes e3 check is not such a strong threat anyway. Why can't you do rook takes c2 then queen c4? Because I would be material down. I would be a pawn down in an endgame that I don't think I can win. I have 5 minutes, guys. In 5 minutes I should leave. So final puzzle, and maybe we don't finish above 2800 after all. Queen b3 forces c3 though. Rook f2 drops e3. I don't agree with that, Lord Sakuho. We told that already. Queen b3, rook f2 is not terrible for white. Queen takes e3 check, rook d2, and I don't see a win there for white. So I don't think c3 is forced. White might even give up the e3 pawn and be fine. Queen a2, king d2, queen c4. Yeah, and then rook c1, Junjun. Even if king d2 was forced, which is not. Rook d2, we just swing a rook to g6 or f6. That's a point. That's a good point. Okay, if I believe that, then I would go for c3 with white after queen b3. And again, after queen b3, c3, how does black win? I don't see a win. Queen a2, rook f7, and suddenly you're defending. Yeah. Yeah, f7 is hanging all the time. So. c3, rook b6. Yeah, and then rook f2, Sakuho. Then what? Then what? Then we swing the rook over again. Can't cover both squares. How? How do you swing the rook? He has everything defended. Like after rook g6, just queen takes f7. Well, queen takes f7 is risky, I agree. But just any other move. Rook takes f7. No, rook takes f7 doesn't work. Well, actually, it's not so stupid, that line. Not so stupid. Yeah, queen f7 loses. And rook f1 loses to rook g2. And rook g1 is a threat, a strong threat. So that's a funny good construction, Sakuho. So queen b3. I'm not saying c3 is the only move, but if c3, look at that, rook b6, b2 is attacked, and maybe he has some things like sacrifice b2, defend c3, and still survive. I'm not sure. Or even queen a5. I'm not sure. No, I'm sure that's losing for... We're threatening checkmate. Yeah, so that's losing. So rook f2. Then rook g6. That's really strong. So after queen b3, he might need to find something different than c3, which I think there's only one move, rook f2. And then, okay, we take rook d2, rook f6 or rook g6. Let's say rook f6, c3. No c3. He has to defend the rook with the queen. So He's losing the rook. b3. Ah, we check and win the rook, yeah. But he has no time for queen a5. Whoa. Well done. Well done, Sakuho. Yeah. That was a winning line. Let's show it. Let me pause for a second. Let me try to make the board bigger. There. So queen b3 was the winning attempt. Queen, well, this of course doesn't win because we're a pawn down. And we need to kill our opponent instead. Queen c4 seems good, but then after this, if this, I thought d5 was probably enough for white to survive. We might regain our pawn, one of them, but we're still a pawn down here. So yeah, not the best. And maybe there are other defenses here too, like queen a5, just this. So queen c4 doesn't really work. Okay, queen b3. That was nice because c3 was forced, since the other way to stop the mate here is rook f2, but then check. If he doesn't want to lose the rook, he has to go here, and then this wins the rook. Or this. I think both of them. I would do this probably. Well, this he can... No, he cannot protect f1. Okay, so this wins the rook. This is the... Both of these, rook f2 and rook f1, are threats. If rook f2 was the only threat, then still queen a5 defending the rook, but he has no time. This wins the rook. Oh wait, c4, still c4 here. That's the best attempt. I didn't see this. Oof. I didn't see this. Huh. So, okay, I'm thinking now queen b3 might be a good move in this position, but I'm trying to see if there's a forced better way. Well, there's another move, which is, this is forced. Queen a5 only move, check, and here. This is forced, right? And it seems we're winning material after all. Okay, so c4 doesn't really work, but was a nice attempt. Also in this position, maybe queen b3, also very strong with strong threats here. And if he try, how does he stop this? If he tries to defend the 8th rank, he will have problems in the 7th, and this pawn is also running. So yeah, queen b3 might also work there. So if rook f2 doesn't work, then c3 is forced, and now rook b6, and he sacrificed the queen because the alternative, we're threatening take, queen b1 and rook b2 with checkmate. So the alternative is to defend b2. How do you get your queen so bad? And here rook g6. Again, problems in the 8th rank and problems in the 7th rank. You cannot defend both. Like this, we go here, and otherwise we go here. For example, sample line, queen takes f7, rook g1 check. Here there's checkmate on d1, so here, and now the beautiful queen takes queen, and we have a queen for a rook. Are these from real games? I don't think so. I don't think so. On Lichess they are, but here I don't think so. They might be or not. They might be from real games or not. Okay, I have to go. Really have to go. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for your help with the tactics. And hey, we're above 2800. Yes, we did it. Have a great day. Thanks, Akuho. GG. Yeah. Bye bye.